Hey guys, welcome to my next Trials Evolution Platinum guide. This is for Anno Domini. This track was requested by a few people on Extra 60A as well as my friend Dr. Spaz. Apparently this is one of the harder tracks in the first set of tracks on this DLC. So let's go take a look, shall we? And I recommend the Phoenix. My original Platinum time was with the Scorpion, but I replayed it with the Phoenix. I find it a lot easier to use. It's a little easier to get over some of the smaller hops and stuff. So let's check it out. So on this first checkpoint, what we're going to want to do is you can either lean back and then try to use like a wheelie to go over here, but the easiest way is just to lean into the ramp as you go up it and just barely gas enough to like. If you gas and just until you begin the jump, you'll land like right here almost every time. You're just gonna want to land going into the ramp, and we're just gonna hop up here. You don't want to give it too much gas, just because you'll go and land like right here, and that won't be very good because you'll lose a lot of momentum. So once we get up here, we're gonna, as with most inclines in trials, you want to wait until your back tire is just the bottom of the ramp, and you'll lean into it because that'll give you the most momentum. How the suspension works in this game is if you push off of a tire while remaining or while keeping traction, that'll give you a boost in speed. So it's like you'll do like, because if you just do this, you'll bounce obviously, and you'll roll back. Or if you just go into it forward, it's not going to work most of the time, especially at higher speeds. So we're just going to want to go into it, and then for up here, you do want to land on this little ledge here. If you go over it, it'll take way too long in the air, and it may look cool, but it's just a waste of time, especially if you're just trying to shave off maybe a tenth of a second or 2/10 of a second. That'll do it for you every time. Also, the bounce isn't very good either if you're trying to keep a lot of speed, because what you'll do is you'll bounce, and then you'll lose traction on both your tires, and then you can flip over or whatever. So you just want to kind of land up here, and then scoot off to the next one. Just lean back the whole time to keep your back tire down there. Same thing as kind of the last one. This one, you're going to want to lean into this jump, and just try to transition smoothly. You're just going to want to land up here. You want to try to land on this flat part. If you do land on this ramp, it's not a terribly big deal. Like I do in my replay, and I bounce and then bounce again. That's how I get down there. Otherwise, you're just kind of want to barely, like if you have enough gas to get off here, you just want to let go of it and just fall down here. Otherwise, you'll hit like over here, and you're just going to lose all your speed, obviously. And then from here, you just want to hold back the whole time and then bunny hop as you're in the air to get up here. You're going to want to try to land where this checkpoint marker is. You're going to want to lean into this jump as well to be able to get over this pillar. If you're going full speed, obviously it's a lot easier. Like right now I'm struggling just because I'm starting from a still point. So I mean, it's obviously a lot easier to do otherwise. If you can make it over that ramp, it's easier just to try to drop down and take. If you drop down instead of going high, you can take this ramp and you can just use that to kind of launch over here. You won't always necessarily be able to get to that other ramp though. It's a drawback. For this, you're just going to want to lean into this platform as you land on it to get the most speed and get up to the secondary ramp. This is a little harder to do checkpoint by checkpoint. It's a lot easier to do in an actual run, so I'll try to get up there once to kind of show you how to do it. And don't be afraid to restart. Like, the only way to get good at trials is just to play. I mean, there's the whole practice makes perfect thing. Anyways, from that ramp, you'll jump down most of the time. Like on my replay, I landed like right here. I did have momentum, and I bounced. So I bounced and landed like right this. So you're just gonna want to kind of, you don't want to launch into that wall, because obviously, I mean, you can like do this, but that's not gonna, that's just gonna eat your time up. did not help. So you just want to kind of pivot over here, fall down, just jump. You don't even, if you have enough speed, which you should almost always have enough speed, you should just not even worry about bunny hop, just kind of land and keep your speed going. And you use your momentum on this ramp. Okay, Leroy, I get it. On this ramp, you're going to want to jump up and hit the statue. If you can time it to where you can get up here and use that small wooden ramp, that helps you even out a lot and actually push into the other ramp line or suspension to propel you up the statue. Otherwise, if you just land, a tip for landing on incline is just land on your back tire as your front tire is about to hit the ground. Just lean into it, because that'll just give you a nice even push. And you don't want to do it too early, because if you do it too early, you'll just do that. And if you do it too late, what'll happen is you'll just bring your back tire off the ground and slide down. I don't know how many times it took me to do that, but it was a lot. Anyways, so we get up here. You just want to kind of try to land as evenly as possible over here. Push into this. If you can land on this pallet immediately, that's preferable. If you just want to kind of push up here, lean back to even yourself out, lean into this. Once your front tire is about to hit the top of the pillar, let go of the gas and just kind of lean into it. You should just flip right over it. Your back tire will catch that ledge, which will push your bike towards that ramp. Then once you land down here, hold back, push into this ramp. It should just push you to the bottom of this pallet. And then from there, you're just going to want to lean into that smaller wooden ramp, come up here. Try to make it so you land while leaning back. That way, your back tire immediately gains traction, and then push your head forward across the finish line. Alright, so that was a segmented run. Let's look back at my leaderboard replay, and we can kind of go through it and see how I actually did it full speed. So as you can see, I do lean back and then forward into this jump. I mean, that's going to save you like milliseconds off of a time. It's really not that useful unless you know you can do it. I just barely clear this, and I do land somewhat flat. I do have momentum, so I kind of carry it into here. And then this is also a good thing to do. Instead of just stopping on the ramp, I just push off my back tire. Land as fast as possible. You want to hit the ground as fast as possible and stuff like this. On this one, my back tire does come off the ground, but fortunately that last little kick gives me enough to land here. I just do a little bunny hop, and then my back tire pushes me forward just a little bit again, and luckily it looks cool, but it wasn't really the best way to do that. And then here I just kind of push up onto this little platform, and then push up on the ramp. I make it over the pillar, and then right here you'll see me, I'm back, and then leaning into the ramp as I'm hitting it. I almost don't make it, but fortunately I do. I probably could have front flipped there to maybe make it over that, but you see me just kind of push over it. I just land full throttle, holding it down to the bunny hop right at the top of the jump, leaning back, and then leaning into the ramp. And then you see me kind of even out again, and then lean into the jump. And then you'll see me again on this pallet, leaning into the ramp here. And if you look to the bottom right, you can see me let go of that right trigger right about the top of that. My back tire does hit, flips me forward, I lean back. So the momentum from, or the back tire hitting the top of the pillar allows me to just lean back and still be rotating forward. I lean forward into that. You want to hit that ramp going up. My back tire hits just the top of that. As the back tire hits, I lean forward. It kind of gives me an extra push across the finish line. There you go. So let's watch that in full speed. So obviously this wasn't my first try doing this track. A lot of people will just say, you know, how do I get good at trials? Well, I have almost 6 days of game time. I've restarted a checkpoint at least 30,000 times, I think the stat says. I mean, it's not just, you can't just be good, you have to have tons and tons of practice. That's why everyone on top of the leaderboards has like 20 or 30 days of game time. You just gotta practice, practice, practice. It's trials and error, if you will. So hopefully this helps some of you guys out. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want to see, if this was good, if this was bad, recommendations for games or tracks, and let me know if this helped you at all. Thanks, guys.